34. Let's get to the fifth 2024 Best Picture nominee so far covered on the show, which is Anatomy of a Fall, the French film. And we will be doing all 10, as I have said in the last couple of episodes, so stay tuned for more. Anatomy of a Fall is co-written and directed by Justine Triet. It stars Sandra Huller, Swan Arlaud, Mila Machado Granner, sorry if I'm butchering these names, Antoine Reinartz, that's about it. And the synopsis is, a woman is suspected of murder after her husband's death. Their half-blind son faces a moral dilemma as the main witness. So this is one of those movies that happened to be nominated that I had not even heard of until the nominations came out. I don't even remember it coming out in theaters or hearing press about it, and it just showed up one day on the Academy Award nominations. So was completely new to me, knew nothing about it other than it was a bit of a courtroom sort of murder mystery drama, and I was curious about it. I heard good things, and I like that sort of movie. So to give it a little bit more background in case you're unfamiliar with it, it is about this woman who's living out with her husband and son out in the countryside, and she's interviewed by someone because she's a popular writer, and her husband is working upstairs, and you hear this loud music playing, and her son goes out for a walk with their dog, and then suddenly they find the father dead outside of the house, having fallen from the second story and died. And so that's really where it all stems from. And the wife, of course, is the primary suspect because the son, one thing, he's young and just a kid, and he's also partially blind because of an accident. And most of the movie is a courtroom drama where the woman is being questioned about it all, and then also her son, as the synopsis says, is dealing with, okay, what did I see? What did I hear? Who am I supporting? That sort of thing. So there's a lot of interesting ideas, and it is presented quite well, especially for a original story. I do think, though, overall, I liked it. I don't think I liked it as much as a lot of people seem to. I found it to be a little dry, a little distant, way too long. I don't think it needed to be over 2.5 hours, which I think it is. It was intriguing at points, and I really liked the setup of the movie, and I liked, not to spoil it too much, I liked the incorporation with the dog. But also, as everybody says, there's a point that the child does an experiment with the dog, which is like unbelievable. And despite the kid doing what he did towards the end of the movie, the kid is like a sociopath, in my opinion, for having done that. Doesn't matter what happened to him. Like, that's pretty insane. And maybe that's partially the point. I don't know. But that moment is pretty crazy, and the dog's acting is pretty amazing, as silly as that sounds. And so, circling back around, it did just feel, I don't know, I was really struggling to care throughout the entire thing. Like, I didn't care much about this woman, about the son, about the father. I just was not really engaged in the story all that much. It was well constructed, like the bits and pieces of information you don't know. Who knows what? Did she do it? Did she not? The very extended courtroom sequence or part of the movie, very well put together and well directed, well acted. But I just was like kind of on autopilot, I feel like, throughout this whole movie. And maybe on rewatch, it'll go up. But I think now, having watched all 10 of the Best Picture nominees this year, this is my least favorite. I don't think it's a bad movie, and I still liked it to a certain degree, but I was a little underwhelmed by it. And honestly, maybe it's a hot take, I didn't even really enjoy the lead actor's performance, the wife. I thought, again, I did not care about her all that much. I didn't think she was very charismatic. I wasn't really interested in her. So while the performances, I guess in theory, are good, I did really like the lawyer, her lawyer. I thought he was very interesting. And the son, he was pretty good, but nothing really shocked me. Nothing really wowed me. So I am a little, not upset, but a little in the dark as to why this one got so much praise. And I think it was also the Palme d'Or winner. So maybe I'm missing something. I probably am. Wouldn't shock me. And if there's anyone out there who is a big defender of it, please, by all means, let me know. social media, YouTube, Letterboxd, comment and let me know what you thought of it. I might rewatch it at some point, but really one of the worst things about it was the runtime. I think you could have lost a good 20 minutes of it. The ending of it I like, and the overall movie's idea of how one event can completely change your life, especially when it comes to being in the public eye, in the celebrity world, where cancel culture is incredibly prominent. And whether you actually did something or you were just accused of something, it doesn't really matter. You're probably still going to have that event follow you around for the rest of your life. So I think that's interesting. And I think that feels very relevant. But not much else to say in terms of what I really liked or that I would highly recommend. So, hate to say it, but it's the way it is for me. That is a 3.5 out of 5.